Good morning. What a beautiful day. I ordered it special for our veterans. I'm so thankful today for everybody to be here, for you to show your support and for our military service veterans. We come together showing strength for them as they have given so much of their strength for us and our country. We are here at our amazing Veterans Park, the grounds which are dedicated to the service of our military men and women, in respect for so many who have gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. I would ask you to join me in a moment of silence while we reflect on their service. Thank you. The first thing I want today to do is to recognize Mr. Braden Medford. He is from the Boy Scout Troop 382. Braden attends Leestown Middle School, and we want to welcome Braden because he is going to help us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Braden, would you come forward?
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be honored if you are able, if you would stand with me while I pledge my allegiance to this flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
Thank you, Braden. Thank you. Thank you, Braden. Now, seeing our youth coming out for this event gives me hope in our generation that respects the work of our veterans and what they've done for our country. To continue on that track, next we will have the Veterans Park Elementary 4th and 5th grade intermediate chorus directed by music teacher Johnny Bishop to bring us our national anthem. Please welcome them. Thank you again to the chorus. We will be hearing another great song from them in just a little bit. I want to make sure that we recognize some esteemed guests that we have in our audience today. And let me just say, I love the turnout today. This is going to become an annual event, and I just hope that you all will return each year, and each year we'll just try to make it better, bigger and better. So I want to recognize Ryan Baptiste. He is a where did he go? Right. This gentleman, he actually flew in from California to spend the day at the Veterans Elementary School, and so he came over today to join us. So he is with the VFA 122. I also want to recognize Police Commander Rodney Sherrod. He is here with us today. Councilmember at Large Richard Maloney, and 10th District Councilmember Amanda Bledsoe, 8th District Councilmember Fred Brown, 11th District Councilmember Peggy Henson, 12th District Councilmember Kathy Ploman, Human Rights Commission Chairman Bob Orbach, Fayette County Attorney John Larson, and from the office of Senator Mitch McConnell, Ethan Witt. And if there, Councilmember James Brown, 1st District. If there is anybody that I didn't see, I do apologize. I don't ever mean to omit anybody. And then, of course, we want to also recognize in our audience that we have the U.S. Army Reserve Ambassador for Kentucky, Charles Gorton. And we also have with us our speakers. We have Congressman Andy Barr, and then we have Mr. Sorry about this, Danny Jones, who is with the Disabled American Veterans. We have all had a veteran impact our lives, either being a veteran ourselves or watching a family member or friend stand up for our country. We all respect the decisions they have made. While we recognize our veterans, it is also important to support them. One person who understands this need for our support is our Congressman Andy Barr. Congressman Barr is the member of the National Guard and Reserves Components Caucus and the House Army Caucus and the Congressional Veterans Job Caucus. His office is also has formed the 6th District Veterans Coalition. With that, I would like to recognize and welcome Congressman Andy Barr.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Susan Lamb, appreciate your inviting me to attend this today, and in this beautiful part of your district at Veterans Park, a very appropriate place to celebrate Veterans Day, of course. Good morning to all of you. I appreciate your work to put this important event to recognize our region's veterans together, and I want to thank Danny Jones for his many years of service to our country and for his continued work on behalf of the disabled American veterans. Over the past several years, we've had the pleasure of working with members of the DAV and even had a chance to speak to your state convention last year, and we really treasured that and appreciated the opportunity to continue to work with your organization, Danny. I want to thank our students from Veterans Park Elementary. You all did a great job with that rendition of the national anthem. So thank you all very much. Keep up the great work there, guys. Most importantly, we want to thank all the veterans who are here today for your service to our country. Many Americans think of Veterans Day simply as the day we set aside each year to attend picnics or parades to honor veterans who answered the call to military service. However, you and I know that today is much more important than that. President George Washington, a veteran himself, once declared that the willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how they perceived the veterans of earlier wars and how they were treated and appreciated by their nation. Our first president understood the moral importance of caring for our veterans and future protectors. Many people wonder why this holiday is commemorated on a Friday as opposed to a Monday like so many other federal holidays. The roots of Veterans Day are founded in an event that occurred at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year in 1918. November 11th, 1918 marked the end of hostilities on the Western Front of World War I. 20 years later, in 1938, Congress honored this special moment by passing an act officially recognizing Armistice Day and the armistice signed between France and the Allies of World War I and Germany. Accordingly, Armistice Day was to be celebrated on November 11th every year. However, President Dwight D. Eisenhower sought to expand the scope of the day beyond World War I. And in 1954, he signed into law a piece of legislation that officially changed the name of November 11th to Veterans Day, in honor of the sacrifice made by all our veterans over our nation's rich history and all the wars and conflicts. Today, we continue to celebrate the sacrifices made by our veterans and their families, and we reflect upon the blessings of our liberty. Since that very first Veterans Day in 1954, members of Congress have continued to focus on the imperative of supporting our veterans. In the current Congress, this has meant greater improvements to military and veterans college tuition assistance, greater job training programs, creating an important veterans suicide prevention program, and stronger mental health assistance programs. Congress also must continue to commit to helping to end veteran homelessness, recognizing the need for combating military sexual assault, and providing funding to integrate the Department of Defense and Veterans Affairs electronic health records, demanding greater accountability from the VA healthcare system, and working to ensure that our veterans receive the timely and quality health care that they have earned. These are just a few examples of the important ways that our country can give back to those who have sacrificed so much for us. We must remain committed not only to our nation's veterans, but also those who continue to serve, our nation's sons and daughters who are currently in the military, as well as those who have paid the ultimate price and not returned to the homeland. This commitment requires that we never forget those prisoners of war and missing in action who have not returned home yet. Today, more than 83,000 Americans who served in conflicts overseas remain unaccounted for. It is equally important to help make sure our veterans continue to have a voice in Washington. That's what our 6th District Veterans Coalition is about, that Councilwoman Lamb was referring to. And this is a way for us to hear directly from our veterans and give a voice to their concerns and possible solutions to various problems. We, of course, encourage any veteran in our area to participate in this coalition. On this Veterans Day, we continue honoring all the men and women who have worn our nation's military colors for over 240 years. And it's particularly special in 2016, as this year marks the 75th anniversary of the sudden and tragic attack on Pearl Harbor, as well as the 75th commemoration of the Tuskegee Airmen, an incredible group of African American pilots who valiantly fought to help bring victory to the Allies and peace to the world after World War II. Today and every day, please take time to thank our veterans for their service and their sacrifice, also to our active duty military for their selflessness. We truly appreciate their service and sacrifices that they and their families make every day to keep us safe. May we never forget the eternal debt that we owe these individuals, both past and present, for the freedoms we enjoy today. And may God continue to pour out His blessings upon America and these great veterans for years to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman. Next, I want to invite a veteran who comes to us today representing the Disabled American Veterans Organization, as well as working with the Camp Nelson Honor Guard. He has spoken across the country, and we are honored to have him with us today. Please welcome Danny Jones.
Good morning. Congressman stole all of my lines, so I don't know what I'm going to say. But I always like to start off my speeches by thanking all veterans, men and women who served our country. I'm a Vietnam vet. I wasn't in country. And when we got back, we wasn't very well accepted. And it took us a long time. And Veterans Day means a lot to me now that I can get up here and I don't get rocks thrown at me. I don't get rotten tomatoes thrown at me. And on behalf of the disabled veterans, it took us a long time to get our benefits, and we had to just really, you couldn't even get people to even go to our VA hospitals. It took a long time because they felt like we didn't get the respect of the VA hospital. But the VA hospital has changed a lot, and they've saved my life a couple of times, and I really expect them. I'm on several boards out there, and there are several offices at the VA hospital if anybody needs to know about their benefits. There's a lot of veterans out there who don't know what their benefits really are. They think they do, but they don't. They're afraid to go ask. It happened to me 30 years ago. Well, that's not true. If it happened 30 years, go back in 30 years and fill out a claim. Get your money. I mean, it's out there for you. Health benefits out there for you. When you walk out there and you see VA hospital, that's your hospital. It don't belong to the people inside there. It belongs to everybody in the country that's a veteran or the family's a veteran. And so I'm basically here to speak on behalf of the VA hospital and disabled veterans to let them know that there are benefits out there for you, and not only men, it's women too. Some of the women don't even know what's out there for them. Go check it out. I mean, it's free. It doesn't cost you a dime to go in there and see what's happening. And I picked up something one day. I think I can read it. I actually left my glasses at home. It was a guy by the name of Larry Wallace. He was from Nicholsville. It says, a veteran or of active duty, retired, National Guard, or Reserve, is someone who wrote a check and made payable to Americans the amount up to, including his life. And I carry this with me all the time, which is really true, because that's what we did. We wrote a check, and some of us made it back, some of us didn't. And I haven't had a chance to go to D.C. and visit the wall, but when I do, I'm going to go see it. I'm sure I'm going to break down, because I have a lot of friends on that wall. And I'm in the United States Navy, by the way, and I didn't get a chance to go to Vietnam, but I always took a bunch of them with me when I went. We dropped them off, we picked them up, we brought them back. I've seen the PTSDs, I've seen the mental health, I deal with it every day, and it's, all we can do is just try to help and respect our veterans. When I see a veteran, I thank him every day for serving our country. And I think that's what everybody ought to do. I mean, just be there for them, help them. Try to save them, because there's a lot of us need help. Thank you. God bless America.
And on that note, why don't we, I know we have a number of people already standing, but why don't we have everyone that is a veteran or is currently serving, why don't you stand up so we can recognize you and give you thanks. Thank you so much, Mr. Jones. Finally, I want to welcome back the Veterans Park Elementary 4th and 5th grade chorus to sing a touching song for our soldiers and our veterans.
When I lay my head down every night
What a great group of kids. I want to thank everyone for coming out for this morning. There's a lot that we can do to support our veterans, helping with physical and mental health care, going out of our way to employ veterans, and making sure we are honoring their service. Let's work together to do more for these men and women who have given to us. We can assist them and their families as they have worked so hard to give us all we have today. I also want to thank and make sure I thank one of our constituents who has really helped push up the event this year and help us organize it, Jane Friedman. She's really been wonderful. I also want to thank Starbucks for their great coffee, and thanks to Donut Days, we have some great patriotic cookies. So on that note, I want to thank you again for coming out today, and you watch for next year because we're going to have another one and even better next year. So please continue and enjoy the wonderful refreshments we have over there, and also talk with our fellow veterans that are here today and thank them and remember them always for their service. God bless you and God bless our country. Thank you.